Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This isn't going to be my normal live stream. I'm trying to be as positive as I possibly can, but you can probably tell by my composure that I'm not great today. I've hardly had any sleep at all because I'm so stressed out with what's been happening with the YouTube channel and the way that they've been treating me, which is not good. So I haven't really, I'm just going to talk basically. I haven't got anything specific to say. I don't have any scripts or anything like that. I'm just going to talk from what's been happening recently, and then we'll see where we end up and where we go with this. So I started this YouTube channel in 2020 when the lockdowns were on. And some of you will remember that. And I made content, a lot of really good content back then, and I did some documentaries. And this all started with my Great Reset video. This is when I think my channel ended up with this big target on its back, and it's never gone away. I had these strikes, the strikes disappear, get more strikes, I appeal them, another strike, I do a legal appeal, right? This has been going on for 4 years that they have been just on me, non-stop. And, I have a channel manager and what's been happening with these documentaries. So I've been making these new documentaries. They take a long, if I told you what goes into these documentaries, I think you'd be in fact, I will tell you what goes into them because I want to show you what has happened as a result of this weekend, right? So what happens? Let's say 15-minute cities. Okay. So I come up with this idea that I'm going to do this documentary, and then I let it percolate. I write it down, write it in my diary, stuff like that. I'll let it percolate, and then I'll start collecting little pieces here and there. And then from that, I'll eventually start to put things together. I'll sketch it all out. I might put it on my whiteboard, and I'll start to put all the pieces together. And when I feel like I've really got a good grasp of what's actually going on, I'll start to put it together. Now, that takes a long time. Then all of the research, like the proper research I do, takes a huge amount of time. Then I have to start putting it all together, scripting it. And I don't mean like an official script where I'm like, hello, welcome to blah, blah, blah. I mean like I'm scripting it as if to see what is useful to you, what is not useful. Like, how can I make this succinct so I can save you a lot of time, give you the key information, tell you how this can help you, right? So I spend a lot of time doing that. So that's another few weeks of just going back and forth to the script and looking at what I want to say. Then I have to set up the studio. The studio, by the way, costs a lot of money. Like, this is my home studio. And I say this because sometimes people say, oh yeah, Neil, I know you get demonetized, but so what? You've got money and whatever else. Yeah, but you've got to remember, there's always got to be an exchange of value, right? If you went to watch a movie at the theater, would you expect it to be free? No. So what is the payoff? You pay for that ticket and then you get to watch a movie. What is the payoff when you watch my YouTube videos? There's some ads that pop up. And by the way, a lot of time I have no control over those ads. No control what you see whatsoever. Zero control. And I say that because sometimes people say, oh, Neil, you put these ads on of this and that. I don't put any of these ads on. And what's even worse is that when my videos get demonetized and you see ads, that's YouTube making money out of my work and my content, which is exactly what happened this weekend with my robotics AI. It's all about the apps. If you manage to see it before the video's down, then you'll know what it was about. Okay, so I earned zero from that, even though that took me months of work. Then I don't just have to record it, I have to do all the editing, I have to pay for all the licenses, all the B-roll, the music, all the software, all this software, like the software right now that I'm streaming to you through. I have to pay for that. I have to pay for all these different softwares every month. All right, all this stuff costs money. My camera equipment, everything I do costs a lot of money, right? I'm just giving you context here because I've been in this massive argument with YouTube over the weekend because this is my third video now that's been demonetized, where they basically just steal all of your work and all your money. And this happened with the first documentary. They didn't even let me publish it. It's there ready to go, and they pull it. They actually pull the video, which is very frustrating. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, I do a video on what's happening, like the fallout of what could happen between Israel and Iran. There's nothing to do with war. I'm not doing anything graphic. I'm not talking about, anything negative. I'm just saying this is the fallout that could happen on oil prices and recession. They ban the video. Like, it gets 100,000 views in, what was that, 4 or 5 hours? It got 100,000 views, loads of shares, engagement. People are sharing it because I'm talking about what could happen. It's nothing to do with any politics or anything going on. They ban the video, they restrict it, they take all the money, they demonetize it. Then this video, which I spent so much time on, put loads of all my time and effort into, and then it goes on and they demonetize it almost instantly. Like, it was up for what, an hour before they just kill the video. And it's really frustrating. So I appeal, and they say, we've manually reviewed it. Your appeal's been rejected. Okay, can you explain why? We don't have to explain why. Right, okay, let me go through other avenues. I go through other avenues. I get to speak to someone who I don't even think was a real person. I think it was a bot, but they say they're a real person. Anyway, go through that. Useless, they say they've reviewed it. Let me review it again. Yeah, your video doesn't, it's... and they come up with all this nonsense about what it was. In fact, let me tell you what they said, because this is how annoying it is. They said the video was, basically they're trying to say the video was a porno. That is what they're trying to say about the video. I'm not even joking here. There was nothing graphic in the entire video. It was about the rise. It was about the falling birth rates, if you didn't manage to see it, by the way. It's about the falling birth rates in the West, which are just falling off a cliff. I didn't even talk about anything controversial, but you better believe I'm going to in future, because I'm not even going to put these documentaries on YouTube. I'm going to put them on Patreon, okay, where I know people appreciate my work. And when I get demonetized, I know my Patreon members will pay for the content, right? So at this point, I'm so annoyed that I've gotten past it. I don't care, because I'll put it on there. The people who really love my work and want to watch these long documentaries, I'm even going to make them longer now and better. And I'm going to talk about the most controversial things you can imagine now, because that's how annoyed I am that they're trying to tell me what I can say and what I can't say on my videos. They're saying that, firstly, they said it was sexually gratifying content. I was like, what is this? And they said, you were featuring sex workers in your videos. I'm like, what? Where? Tell me where. And they say, oh, we don't need to tell you where. So then I have to go through all these other appeals, right? And then they said twerking. And I'm like, what the heck is... I even had to Google, what is twerking? There was no twerking. There was no grinding in this video. So they're just making this up as they go along. They're just deliberately trying to annoy me, I think. Then they said nudity. There was no nudity, right? So this is 3 times. Okay. And now I'm going to show you the email they sent me. Okay, this just goes, by the way, this goes on and on and on. They are just trying to tie me up and wind me up with all this nonsense. So I'm going to show you the email they sent me. And you can see I'm wound up still, by the way. If any of you are like, he's not calm. No, I'm not. I actually thought I was calm, but I'm not. I'm really wound up by this. Okay, let me just show you. I'm going to go to the shared screen here. Okay, so then they said, okay, this is your final chance, blah, blah, blah. Our team looked closer at your video and found it doesn't align with the adult content policy. So this is what they're saying. At 2:30 and 10:28, I featured these toys. I won't even say it because I don't want them to then come and take this video down as well. All right, so they're saying they feature these toys. This is nonsense. So I'm going to, if I can, hold on. Can I share? Yes, I can. Okay, here is the video. Okay, let's get to 2:30. Okay, let's get here. So 2:30. Right, here we go. So here's this apparent toy. You ready? To us, a real-life case study of what the West is up against. And it would be a robot. Where is it? They're talking nonsense. These are just robots. They're like AI. If you've seen the show Humans, it's it's nonsense what they are doing. And then the other one is 1028. Okay, let's get to 1028. Okay, here it is. Are you ready for 1028? Of the iceberg. And let me just warn you in advance, you might need to sit down for what we're going to cover in the rest of... There it is. There's nothing there. All this stuff that they're saying that I did is just nonsense. And now they've said that that's it. You know, unfortunately, the video, it can't be shown. And that's basically it. And that's my punishment. My punishment is that they're taking all of my ad revenue, and that's that. I've got nothing I can do about it. Same with my other videos. These videos I put months of work into, and they just... And oh, and here's the other one, I am going to say this one. YouTube is... Well, the people at YouTube are not godly people. Let me just say that. Because they do not like it, and I've had warnings about this, and this is going to wind some of you up, because it winds me up, that when I say, if I ever quote, let's say, scripture, right? Because I'm a Christian, I think most of you know that, right? If I ever quote scripture, or if I say God bless, they say that this is offensive to people. They say it's offensive to want to bless people. Does that make any sense? Or when I've said about, you know, I don't like to talk about this kind of stuff, but if I go to, let's say I help with some charity work or food banks or you know, the stuff that I don't tell you that I do, that is, you know, I do a lot, I do certain things, let's just say. I don't want to talk about it on here. I don't want to say what I do, because for those, you'll understand why. Those people who talk about it, they've already got their reward, as it were. So this is the other thing that annoys me. They are not a godly company at all. And the staff are not either. So this also frustrates me. It's stuff like this telling me what I can and can't say, and how it will offend people to say, God bless you, to want people to be blessed and have a good life. You know, this is stuff that really winds me up. So this is what I'm going to do in future. All of my videos that are documentary, I'm really going to go overboard with these. I'm just going to put them on here on the Patreon. That's it. And I'm not going to put them on a high tier or anything like that. I'm just going to put them on the lowest tier, and that's it. It's just the lowest possible tier. It's going to go on here. We've got like America 2050, we've got 15-minute cities, and then we've got the depopulation bomb hitting the West with this. And then I'm going to do the one that I asked you about, which is the food shortages, the global food shortages, and the famines and everything else that's coming as a result of all these agendas. I'm just going to make these, and I'm just going to put them on there. So that's it. I think those are my... I haven't really got anything else to say. I'm just very annoyed. I'm very upset that all my work is for nothing. And yeah, that's it, I think. It's annoying. All right, but I will stream tomorrow. I'll do a stream. I'm not going to be doing any, you know, videos that take a lot of my time and effort, because there's no point. They are getting demonetized and getting taken down all the time. So there's no point putting loads of time and effort in when I could be doing other things. I could be doing other things with my time. I could be earning money in other ways. But instead, I want to make these videos for you, for everyone. That's what I want to be doing. That's what I feel that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be making these videos, doing the research, helping people with everything that's coming. That is what I feel is my purpose to be doing. So I'm going to, but at the same time, I can't just do it all for free, right? I've got to earn money myself. And that's what, even YouTube pays terrible money. People think you earn thousands and thousands for a video. You don't. Sometimes you might earn 60 or 70 pounds for 10 hours of work. That's like, what's that, half? I don't even know what that is. It's not even minimum wage. It's, you know, so that's why I always say thank you for supporting me on Patreon, even if it's just $1, right? I really appreciate that because it means I can just not have to focus about any of that stuff. I can just focus on making the content. So anyway, that's my rant today. I'm just going to do my normal streams. I'm not going to be putting in huge of energy and effort into them because there's just no point. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And then my big pieces, I'm going to put those onto the Patreon. And that's it. I'm sorry, I can't risk doing this and then not getting paid for months worth of work. So that's it. I'm going to say it. God bless you. God bless your families. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, if I'm even allowed to post. Let's see.